getting close to the end of my list. Is there anybody have any? I mean, we're going to chat after this, so there's plenty of time to tell stories and talk, but just wanted to give anybody a chance before. Okay. It's kind of hard.
Hey, John, you look straight.
Oh, Sandy.
That's cool.
Come on. Sandra Karpman. I got a lot older since the last time I saw you. I can't see that.
Still like
Yeah.
I'm not as tall. Okay, so I met Jack in '84. I started at ILM as a janitor, and they all worked late then. And so I was picking up garbage, and I went and said to Joanne, "Is this garbage?" And it was her purse. So Jack kind of never let Joanne or I forget that. And the whoopee cushion is awesome because in the middle of working, you would just hear him, because he was rotoing away, and you just hear and pencil, one frame at a time, in a camera, smoking. Right up to the lens, right up into the lens. But paper, pencil, take that, put on a clear cell, ink, paint, would be rephotographed, and that's where I came in. I started in animation. My first job from janitor to animation, I think, was the help of Jack, because I knew those guys. Ellen Lickworth, that's another one to add to your chapters, Eddie, wherever you are. But another thing, for those of you who knew me, I had my 3 pregnancies at ILM, and I was not ashamed. I was woman, hear me roar, see my belly. So there was this time, this is up in C building, 3rd floor, it was really ridiculous working conditions up there. But I figured, when is Jack ever gonna have a time to feel, I was like 9 months pregnant. I worked the day I had a baby. So I lift up my shirt, and Jack is there, 2 hands in, just checking out the full belly. And then I look over the side, and there's a review happening for God knows what film. And then there's Dennis Muren with a look of horror on his face. It's just, when you ever have a chance, In the early days, is Donna Baker here? Okay, good. So, the night crew of Roto, it was this weird thing, like you had the Roto manager, and then you always had someone trying to be in control of night crew. And so, someone comes in, and Don introduces everybody, and there's Barb Brennan, working super hard, and there's Ellen Ferguson, rotoing away, and there's Joanne working away, and then there's Jack doing whatever he does over there. So, he never let that line go. And Donna was this woman who was she was from Texas, and she was super thin and wore a little bandana around her waist. And so, that line of Jack doing whatever he does over there was just one of those things, like we just never let that one go. He was great. Eddie totally nailed it. I don't think he hit that nail hard enough about Jack being in the 80s and having all of his friends die. And Eddie's right. All of us who met him are better from it. When I first met Jack, I was, a little asshole 21-year-old. And I was someone who used the term gay as like, oh, that's gay. And Jack confronted me on that, and it was awesome. And I ended that use, 30 years ago. And it's just one of those things. He was my first gay guy. Not my first as in like having sex, but my first gay guy. He was my first out gay guy, and I learned so much from him. Anyone who got to share an office with him, fantastic. We had a time together, and it was great. And the worst part about it is, okay, my husband's in the room, but Jack knows stuff that died with him that no one knows. And I'm sure you're the same way with him. I'm sure whoever shared an office with him, you could tell him anything, anything. You can open up and just bleed to him, and he took it all in. He had been through so much. He never brought any of the lost friends to work. You know how much pain he lost, the whole thing. Oh, okay, here's another one that he taught me. This is a really good one because, when he called me on that whole gay thing, I would ask him, I said, hey, so like, why are gay men so promiscuous, And he goes, look, hold on. Here's the deal, we're not. It's just that the woman says no, the guy says yes, and you have two guys. So all these myths that he just corrected me on. I mean, it was so great. They're not more promiscuous. It's just not someone like me saying, get away. And then the other thing that you could never get Jack. What I mean by that is, when you said something, he had to come back. Now, I'm not sure if it's in a dream, but I know I got him once. I can't remember the situation. All I know is I got him once, and that's all I needed for the 1,000 times that he got me. And the best got me that he ever got, and I know, sorry, probably all are hungry and something, but when I started there, I realized I was 21, and I was so inappropriately dressed all the time. If I went to work out at lunch, I would just stay in my workout gear the rest of the day. And that was in the 80s when I wore little shorts, and little midriffs. I mean, it was just so crazy to think about that. But I was processing some film from some roto that I shot of Jack's or whomever was up in roto doing whatever they do there. And I was processing some film. And once you start the process, you gotta wait. So it's this tiny room in the hallway of D building. Back over that way, not here. So I'm processing some film, and I'm totally in my little running shorts, my little midriff thing. And down the hallway, I hear Mel Brooks's voice. And I think, oh God, I'm so inappropriate. I can't show myself. So I hide in the processor room, and I film to process it away. And then I figure, okay, screw this. When am I ever going to see Mel Brooks again? So I open the door, and I'm all, Mel Brooks, I love your shows, blah, blah, blah. And of course, he's Mel Brooks, so how does he talk to me? Here, John, come here. I want to show you how Mel Brooks will talk to me. So, of course, Mel Brooks will talk to me like this. Very happy. Whatever. I didn't care. He's still the funniest. I love Blazing Saddles. I love blah, blah, blah. So I'm as high as a kite. I am just bubbling with excitement that I met Mel Brooks. So my film finishes processing, Mel goes on his way. They were doing sound for Spaceballs, and so he was giving a tour of Island Mode, cutting sound up at the ranch. So I run upstairs, and I'm just stomping up the stairs. I was not soft of foot. Stomping up the stairs, run, I go, you guys, oh my God, I just met Mel Brooks. And Jack with his comeback, he had no time, right? Just boom, bubbling, exciting. And he goes, yeah, he was just here saying he met a little asshole in shorts. Now, Mel was never up there, It was just, that was his boom, And it wasn't boom, screw you. It was just boom, I'm enjoying your party, I'm enjoying your excitement, and I just got you, And although he never did that, it was so great. It was so great, just everything about him. When I cried, I hadn't seen him. Yeah, exactly. Those are just little snippets that came to mind. Sorry to hog so much time, but he was a dear to work with, and sadly, the last time I saw him was at Susan's service. So this is what sucks. But yeah, who's all Jack's family? Were you all introduced earlier? Well, I'm really sorry for your loss. But I hope you were in contact with him a lot, because he was great, and I hope he was happy. I heard he retired. Oh, okay, sorry. This helps me think of Jack all the time. Now, I didn't need help to think of him, but I thought of him all the time. When you throw something away and you step on it? He said that one time, and I don't know if any of his ex-roommates are here, but he had this roommate that would just stomp something for 5 minutes, and it would drive him crazy. You know, so like every time, no. No, are you the guy that like step on something and just like crush it until it's like this like pancake? So the thing is, even though I hadn't worked with Jack for 12 years, because I left, every time I throw something away, and every time I step on it, egg carton, whatever it is, it didn't take Jack dying for me to think of him. I mean, I've been thinking of him ever since he told me that story. Every time I throw something away and I'm stomping on it, I'm like, duh. Jack was bugged by his friend that stomped on it. It's just one of those things, you know? I mean, so for all of you that worked with him all the time, at the end, I'm so sorry, because you were used to seeing him daily. And what an absence in all of your lives. I was already absent from him, so mine is just sad that the earth was a better place with him on it. And like Eddie said, I'm a better person for knowing. You may not know it. I must have been a really bad person before, but I'm a better person for knowing him. He made me a better person by just having the experience of having him call me on my shit. But all right, thank you.